Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where the captains have just done the coin toss. Couldn't see who won the toss, but I do believe that Harker Heights won the toss, and so they will receive to start this game. Before we went to breaks, we had some technical difficulties. The captains for Waco High were Jordan Banda, Corey Ebron, Chris Escada, and I think Rodney Ratliff might have been the fourth captain for Waco High, group of seniors. And then a bunch of other guys from the Waco High team, probably also seniors. I kind of lost my focus there, but sending out all the seniors, I believe, tonight on homecoming night as captains. And we're now finally ready to get this game kicked off. Again, Waco High and Harker Heights, both winless in district. One of these two teams will emerge tonight with their first district win. Waco High looking for their first district win under new head coach Kwame Cavill. Chris Escada will tee this up and kick this ball off for Waco High. Harker Heights has three guys back to field this kick. And here is the kick. It's a low squib kick down the left sideline. It's fielded at the 20. He gets up to the 25, cuts across to the right side of the field, back to the middle, and he's tackled down at the 32-yard line.
That was number 83, Isaiah Devon, receiving the kick with about a 10, 15-yard return.
So Waco High electing to go for that squib kick. You know, Chris Escada, really one of the assets on this team, what he brings in the special teams game. He can do a lot of different things, and we've seen it throughout the season, squib kicks, pooch kicks, or just kicking it out the back of the end zone. And in for quarterback. Sorry, this is a handoff right guard. He gets up to the 35 and is tackled down at the 37.
Strong first run.
Yeah, and in at quarterback, sorry, was Dorian Smith. Listed on our roster as a wide receiver, but obviously filling in after the injuries that Harker Heights has had to LaPrinceton Dixon. So Dorian Smith in there at quarterback. Harker Heights runs kind of an I formation. You see a lot of high school teams use the shotgun, but Smith is under center. He's got one wide receiver out to the right, one far to the left. He drops back. He's going to throw quick slant over the middle. It's over the head of the slot receiver, incomplete.
Yeah, I think he tried to force that one a little too much.
A lot of guys in there in the box up close to the line of scrimmage for Waco High. So we've got now 3rd and 3. Harker Heights moving right to left. Ball is on the far hash. It says 3rd and 3, but it might as well be 3rd and 4. It's a long 3. Smith, handoff, left guard. He's going to be marked just shy of the first down. He's going to be about 1 yard short. So 4th and 1 for Harker Heights.
And that's right tailback, 41, Andre Gebhardt, picking up 3 yards for Harker Heights.
Harker Heights is leaving their offense out onto the field, looking like they're going to go for it. You might see a hard count here. Smith has one far to the left, one wide receiver right. He's going to hand off up the middle, and he's going to be tackled. It's going to be close. But they mark him past the first down marker, so it will be a first down for Harker Heights. It looked like a Waco High defender had an opportunity to bring him back down in the backfield.
Great run by the running back. He got hit in the backfield but managed to pick up the first down just on sheer willpower.
That was Jalen Washington at running back. They credit Zamir Latchison with the tackle. So now Smith is back in the pistol. He's going to pitch this out to the right. It's fielded at the 40. He gets up to the 45, pushed out of bounds at the 47. Gain of about 5 on first down. Ball is at the Harker Heights 49. We want to thank Tom Nesbitt for listening. Tom had a work obligation that he couldn't get out of. You know, Tom's an attorney, so he can't really tell us what those obligations are. We just have to trust that he's telling us the truth. So Smith is going to drop back play action, rolls out to his right. Now he's just going to keep this and run it. He's up to the 50 and out of bounds, so a gain of only 1 on 2nd and 4, sets up 3rd and 3 for Harker Heights.
Great job by the Waco High defense. Not falling for that play fake, but holding their assignments.
It was a good job by, God, who was that? Deshaun Fisher, sorry. Did a nice job of not letting Smith get the edge and ushered Smith out of bounds. So now the ball's on the near hash, 2 wide receivers out to the right. Smith under center. He's going to pitch this out to the right again. He's at the 50, cuts out, bounces it outside, up ahead to the 55. No, there is no 55, the 45, and then finally brought down. A flag did come in, though, late in the area where you might expect a hold. I think we're going to be able to hear the ref here in a second, maybe.
Holding. Offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
So a holding call will back Harker Heights up. And glad we got that ref mic working.
Yeah, it's working loud and clear now.
You know, I never can, I watched Tom do this a couple times, but I never can figure out how much to turn it up. So
Makes you appreciate the art to it much more now.
But you know, I'm always turned up. That's what the kids say, right?
That's right.
All right, so now third and 11 for Harker Heights. Dorian Smith is going to drop back to pass. He's got pressure. He breaks the containment out to the left side. He's at the 40, 45, and then slung down at the 47, short of the first down marker. He needed about 5 more yards, brought down there by Demarion Lyons, and boy, is it good to see him back on the field. He was out last week with an injury.
And right away making his impact known. He made a great open field tackle there to save Harker Heights from getting a first down.
So now Harker Heights, they went for on 4th before, but with 4th and 6, they elect to punt this one. J.D. Reese is back at his 25-yard line to field this ball for Waco High. And Mikel Mason is in for Harker Heights to punt this. He's standing at his own 35. Snap is back, and he's going to kick this down the right side. J.D. Reese does not get to it in time. He bounces at the 20, bounces at the 15, and just keeps rolling and is finally touched and down at the Waco High 7-yard line. So the Lions will start this one deep in their own territory for their first possession of the game. And we're expecting to see Jordan Fuller coming out at quarterback. Actually, it looks like this is going to be Davion Long in the backfield. Again, the freshman quarterback that we heard Kwame Cavill talk about in the pregame. He's going to hand this off on kind of a jet sweep to Randy Carpenter, and he's met immediately in the backfield and tackled for a 3-yard loss back at the Waco High 4.
It looks like the Knights knew exactly what was coming. They were there. They prepared for the great play.
So now Waco High with 2nd and 13 back at their own 4. With a freshman quarterback. Dangerous situation. You want to be smart with the football here. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Carpenter in the backfield with Long. Looked like there was a false start. Long's going to roll out to his right, and he's just going to throw this one away wisely. He had pressure in the end zone and is able to avoid the safety. And I thought there was movement. There is a flag.
There's a flag on the field, yes, Bryan.
Yeah, there's a flag down on the far side of the field at the 5-yard line.
Looked like the defensive line jumped on the snap count.
And now we're going to find out if I've gotten any better at this ref mic noise level.
Offsides. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Learning curve for everyone.
I felt a little hot. But Waco High is the beneficiary of the offsides penalty. So now it'll be 2nd and 8. Waco High traveling left to right here on their opening possession. We're still scoreless, 0-0, 8:06 remaining here in the first quarter. Ball is on the near hash. The Lions send out a 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And Long is going to hand this off to Carpenter, left guard, and he's going to get up to the 10 and then finally tripped up at the 14-yard line. Good pickup on second down.
Looked like there were more yards to be had. Just a finger must have caught his shoe and tripped him up.
So now 3rd and 3 for the Lions. 4 wide receiver set this time. Or actually Carpenter was lined up in the slot, and now he'll go back to the backfield to join Long. Snap is back, and Long looks to throw left flat, throws that ball short, incomplete. Probably, go ahead, Brett.
Nearly intercepted by the cornerback.
Yeah, I was going to say probably for the best that that ball was thrown a little bit short. Not a lot of separation there between the receiver and the cornerback, and with Waco High deep in their own territory, you know, punt isn't necessarily the worst thing here. So 7:28 left in the first quarter. Neither team able to do anything on their first offensive possession. And now Chris Escada will punt, standing from his own 2. The snap is back. It's a good snap. Chris Escada kicks this ball down the right side. It's a high spiraling kick that bounces at the 50, bounces again at the 42, and then finally is going to be down to the 35. Matthew Mason downs that ball. So not really good at math in my head, but I think a 40 to 50 yard, we'll just ballpark it. 40 to 50 yard kick from Chris Escada, doing what he's done all season long.
And putting Harker Heights really back where they started on their first drive.
Yeah, no real change in field position here as a result of Waco High getting pinned deep in their own territory. So Smith under center. He's going to hand off left side. He's going to be tackled down at the 39. Flag came in. Flag came in pretty early. I believe that was Johnson on the carry.
Offense, number 42, 10-yard penalty, first down.
I think I'm going to decide that it's not me, it's the ref. He just has a really loud voice that carries really well.
No mic needed tonight.
Yeah. So Harker Heights is now backed up 10 yards on the holding penalty. It's 1st and 20. Ball is at the Harker Heights 25. Smith has Johnson in the backfield with him. Smith looks to throw and he faces a lot of Waco High pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. A loss of 3.
Nearly escaped the pressure, but Waco managed to bring him down.
Yeah, Smith is listed as a wide receiver. You would expect him to be pretty elusive and a quick runner, but not able to escape the clutches of Jacob Mitchell, I think, for Waco High. Waco High does a good job of rotating in guys on that defensive front. And Jacob Mitchell, one of those seniors who walked out for the coin toss earlier tonight, comes up with the sack. So 6:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Harker Heights, ball's on the near hash, 4 wide receivers set. Smith throws out into the right flat. That is caught at the 20. He gets up to the 25 and then pushed out of bounds at the 27. And I believe that was Webb with the reception. Sorry, that was Jalen Washington. Jalen Washington actually caught, I think, an 84-yard touchdown pass last week on kind of a trick play pass back across the field. So 3rd and long coming up for Harker Heights, 3rd and 18. It's where you see a lot of screen passes in high school football. Smith under center. Play action. Smith rolls to his right now, throws back across the left side of the field. He's looking for Jalen Washington, and he overthrows him. Washington had a step on the Waco High defender. If I had to guess, that's the exact play that they ran last week where they were able to connect for an 84-yard touchdown. But this time, Smith overthrows him, and Waco High dodges a little bit of a bullet there.
Almost had a big play with that reversing the field throw to Washington.
So now Jerome Ratliff It's back to field this punt. He stands at his own 40. It's a short kick. It bounces at the 50, takes a bounce at the 45. And a scrum of players kind of went after that ball, diving after it. I couldn't tell if that hit a Waco High player. But nevertheless, it's down to the 35. So Waco High with, would you consider this to be better starting field position than the last drive?
Much, much better. And that may be the battle tonight for these teams, is to really dig in and battle over field position. We know that both teams have had their struggles on offense throughout the season.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brett. Both teams coming tonight, I think, averaging just around maybe 2 touchdowns a game. We wouldn't know if we'd seen an offensive explosion tonight or if it might be a tight defensive contest. Some confusion in the backfield. The handoff goes on the jet sweep. And Waco High gets up to the 40, tackled out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Couldn't tell who that was for Waco High.
The receiver managed to round the corner and get a good edge on the outside. Picked up about 8 yards.
Yeah, so a good pickup on first down, 2nd and 3 for the Lions. And Long still in at quarterback, 4 wide receivers set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Long looks to throw. He throws out into the right flat. That's caught by Ratliff at the 40 and then tackled out of bounds at the 41. And sorry, that was Xavier Williams on the reception.
We get our first completed pass of the game, but unfortunately it was for a loss of yards.
Well, that's progress, Brett, you know?
We'll take it.
Baby steps. So now 3rd and 5 for Waco High. Ball's on the near hash. Same formation. Long looks to throw, throws out quickly on the right side, caught by Williams at the 38. He's up to the 40 and is tackled at the line of scrimmage. So a second completed pass, this time for no loss, this time for a gain of, actually they're going to give him a gain of 1, so 4th and 4. But with where Waco High is on the field, they're going to punt this ball and see if Chris Escada can pin Harker Heights deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Bryan, I like what Long did there. He saw the blitz coming up the middle. He got the ball out quickly to his receiver, but unfortunately there was no time for his receiver to pick up any yards.
Chris Escada stands at his 29. Harker Heights will, he drops the snap and is able to get the kickoff, but it's kind of a wobbly kick, a short kick. Bounces at the 40, down at the 35, and then touchdown at the 33 by Sammy Johnson. It was a good snap. It looked like Chris Escada just kind of took his eyes off the ball. I'm
not sure how he got that kickoff. the defender had him wrapped up and pulling him to the ground, and he still managed to kick it.
Yeah, the guy had 2 hands on him. Chris Escada was kind of twisting as he was falling to the ground, but somehow he was able to sling that leg out there and get that ball out. So now Harker Heights, with 3:51 left here in the first quarter at their own 34. Smith hands off to Johnson, left guard, and he's tackled immediately at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they give him a gain of 1.
Corey Ebron with the tackle there.
Yeah, big Corey Ebron, senior defensive end for Waco High. He's one of the 3 Waco High players on the homecoming court. So he'll be out here at halftime. You know, we're not supposed to wager on the homecoming king and queen, but if I was going to, I might put some money on Ebron. So Smith is going to play action, roll out to his left. He's got Waco High defender. He tackles him from the backside. Tackled down at the 32-yard line. Waco High sent a blitz around the left end, and couldn't tell who that was for Waco High who snuck up on Smith.
Well, Smith managed to elude the first defender in the backfield, but did not see the guy coming up from behind him. That was Keith Gilroy, number 20 for the Lions, making the tackle.
So Keith Guillory with a big play, setting up 3rd and long here. 3rd and 12. Ball's on the far hash. 3 wide receivers, 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. Smith under center. He rolls out to his right, throws down the right side, and throws it out of bounds. He had a man open at the 47, but led him too far and put the ball too far out of bounds for the receiver to make a play on the ball.
I think Smith's still trying to find his footing, has yet to complete a pass, but you just feel these open receivers, he's going to make a connection eventually.
So Harker Heights with their second consecutive 3rd and out. It's not 3rd and out, 3 and out.
3 and out.
So here comes the Harker Heights punt. It's a high punt. Fielded off the hands of the Waco High's defender at the 32. It's picked up by Harker Heights. He's running into the end zone, but you cannot advance a muffed punt like that. So Harker Heights will take over at the Waco High 33-yard line.
Well, Waco High, very fortunate and grateful for that rule. Washington had a clear path to the end zone, and we almost had a 6-0 game.
Yeah, Jerome Ratliff was back there to field that punt and just bounced off of his hands. Sorry for the confusion that surrounded however I described that. And actually there's a conversation now taking place at the Harker Heights 35-yard line. Their head coach is out onto the field. There's a flag down at the 30. Didn't even see that flag.
Coach Edwards is arguing something. Not happy down there.
And I'm wondering if this might bring, this would be a huge break for Waco High if this was somehow going to lead to a re-kick. But the delay is giving me plenty of time to mess with this ref mic, so. Now the referee is saying something. Okay, so now we're going to the north end of the field to confer with some other officials, and I think we're finally.
During the play, personal foul, offense number 44. That player has been ejected due to his actions. First down, Waco.
Well, all right, that explains the lengthy delay that we just had on that call. Dorian Black, number 44 for Harker Heights, a senior defensive tackle, has been, did they say ejected?
Yes, he's ejected from the
ejected.
game.
So I don't think that's going to change the turnover for Waco High. The Waco High defense is out onto the field, but what it does do, I think, and again, I'm just trying to interpret this from approximately 40 yards away from the action, is it backs Harker Heights up. They would have had that ball at the Waco High 32. This ball is now spotted at the Waco High 48, which is approximately 15 yards difference, right? Yeah.
Right. That's the most progress we've seen the ball move so far tonight.
It's also 7 yards away from the 55-yard line that I described earlier in the game.
Yeah, I have to tell the groundskeepers to make sure they paint that next time on the field. I don't see that.
And we're having another discussion amongst the officials along the far hash. The Waco High defense and the Harker Heights offense are along their respective sidelines huddling up. I guess we're having a media timeout or something, even though that doesn't exist in high school football. And now Kwame Cavill is telling his team, his defense, to come off the field. And there's another huddle of the officials at the 4 or 5 officials all talking. All talking right at midfield while they, I guess, try to figure out. They're probably like us. They don't know well, I don't want to say they're probably like. Hopefully they have a better knowledge of the rule books and what types of penalties trigger certain actions.
I would expect so, Brian, but you don't see the situation too often. A muff punt with a penalty on the offense that leads to an ejection. So.
That's a good point. I can't recall the last time I saw that happen.
Possible learning lesson for everyone tonight.
One interesting thing to note, we were talking about it in the pregame, but the Waco High band has already done their halftime performance. So is the drill team. But speaking of band, tomorrow all day here at Waco ISD Stadium, they are hosting a regional championship for Band of Americas. This facility here at Waco ISD Stadium is used a lot for playoff games. Tomorrow it's used for a marching band competition. 25 bands from really the top bands from throughout Texas and Oklahoma will be here all day for prelims. That I think starts at 8:15 in the morning, going all the way to 4:30, and then the top bands will be invited back tomorrow night for the finals. That came together through a connection that Scott Stuhler, the Waco High director of bands, had. He found out that there was going to be this opportunity to host that competition, and so Waco ISD turned in their bid. Waco High will be the, I believe, the official host, and so they will get all the proceeds that come from parking and all of that good stuff. But really a testament to Waco ISD, the quality of this facility and the job that they do with all the events that they host here. If you're a band nerd like me, and Brett, I'll consider Brett a band nerd, you can come back tomorrow night, or tomorrow. For that, I think admission is $18.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliment, Brian. It should be an exciting event tomorrow. Just we hope the rain holds off, as you heard in the expert weather forecast earlier in our show. Strong chance of rain tomorrow morning.
And I've really done all I think I can do to try to stall during what is still a very lengthy discussion going on.
Well, let me take the time to thank one of our listeners, Ruth Hagan, out in Atlanta, Georgia. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We also want to thank Robert and Jill Richstone, tuning in on the online to listen to the game tonight. The refs really taking some time to discuss their decision with Coach Edwards for Harker Heights. Looks like we have the call coming now.
All right, well, I'm going to mess around with this ref mic here and see if we can't finally hear what's been going on for the last 6 minutes. If we don't get an explanation after all of this, I'm going to be tragically disappointed.
That looks like what's happening.
So the ball is so whatever we were talking about 5 minutes seems to have actually happened. The ball is on the Waco High 48. Actually, the big difference, is that the Waco High offense is now out on the field. So Long is going to hand this off to Carpenter. He's going to pitch back on the reverse to Mason. He's at the 45-50 and then gets ahead to the Harker Heights 46-yard line. Waco High running the reverse. And a nice pickup of 7. The Lions just working in some misdirection, trying to get that Harker Heights defense running over the field.
It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Lions.
So now Long is going to hand this off to Carpenter. He's right guard. He hits the 45, gets up to the 40, and then tackled down at the 39. First down, move the chains, and Waco High has their first down of the night.
That's right. Progress made once again.
And the Lions going here with tempo. Ball's on the near hash. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 far to the left. Long hands off. Nope, he's going to keep it. Runs to the left side. He's at the 40 and then tripped up and brought down at the 35. Gain of 4 on first down.
You feel the Lions really starting to pick up some momentum on this drive. They're keeping the pace high, keeping the Knights on their toes on defense.
Yeah, we see that a lot when they get a first down, wanting to go with tempo. Same formation. Long's got Carpenter in the backfield with him. Looks like Harker Heights jumps across the line. Free play. Now Long's going to roll out to his right. Looks to throw. No, he keeps it. It's at the 40, 35, and then tackled, dragged down at the 33. So all of that for a gain of 1, but it's probably going to be a offsides on Harker Heights. At least we think that's going to be the call.
I think Long will appreciate that. He ran about 20, 25 yards to get 1 yard.
Offsides. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
So Waco High will move ahead 5 yards and set up 2nd and short, 2nd and 1. Ball is on the Harker Heights 30. Waco High needs to get to the 29 for the first down. 3 wide receiver set again for the Lions. This time Sammy Johnson is in the backfield with Long. And he is going to hand off Johnson left side. Now he cuts up field, gets hit at the 30 and is brought down at the 30. Gain of 0. 43 seconds left here in the first quarter of a scoreless game. Waco High and Harker Heights looking for their first district wins of the season. We've got an injured Harker Heights player down on the far side of the field. While we have a moment, we want to thank Laura and Don Taylor for listening in from Houston. They were listening in the car while driving back from dinner. Appreciate them tuning in. I know Don probably has a lot of fond memories of watching Waco High's head coach Kwame Cavill play for his UT Longhorns. Also probably has a lot of fond memories of watching Derek Johnson play linebacker for the Longhorns. Both coming out of this Waco High program, going on to play in the NFL. Derek Johnson still in the NFL.
It's 3rd and 1, Brian. You have to think the Lions are going to stick with their run. They've had some great success with that on this drive.
Harker Heights jumps off sides again, although I don't see a flag now. Long runs out to the left side, and he's got enough for the first down. Out of bounds at the Harker Heights 25.
Flag
Flag came in late. I could have sworn they jumped off sides. You know, sometimes that flag gets stuck in your pocket, and it takes a while to. I mean, I don't know from experience.
I can't say I have too much experience.
I'm just imagining. It's a
weighted flag.
I have enough trouble getting my phone out of my pocket, so.
Got to quit upgrading to those new phones, Brian.
Yeah, my phone is the size of what seems like a miniature laptop. We've got 11 seconds.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So all my predictions were incorrect. It wasn't an offsides. It was a face mask, which moves Waco High 15 yards forward. Ball is now on the Harker Heights 13. Waco High's got 3 wide receivers. Carpenter's in the backfield with Long. Stands to Long's right. And now Long looks to run, design quarterback run up the middle, and he's going to get ahead for a gain of 3, tackled down, actually a gain of 4, tackled down at the 9. And that will be the final play of the first quarter, a scoreless first quarter. Waco High in business, though, at the Harker Heights 9 when we come back. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where athletic director Johnny Tusa just honored Ed Love, principal of Waco High, with a lifetime athletic honor roll. Waco High looking to put some points on the board, though, here at the Harker Heights 9. Long is going to keep this left side after faking the handoff to Carpenter, and he's slung down in the backfield, back at the 13.
This freshman Long showing no fear tonight, running the ball against the Harker Heights defense.
Yeah, Long is we really have no information on Long except for his name and his number, but he looks like a big guy out there. He's a freshman.
Does not look like a freshman to me.
He's probably bigger than both of us combined. Waco High sends stacked receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Carpenter in the backfield with Long. 3rd and 10. Now Long throws on a quick slant over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended wide receiver. That ball was thrown into the end zone. Nice throw from Long. A lot of zip on that pass, trying to fit it into a tight window, but it goes for an incompletion, and that brings up 4th and 10, and Chris Escada will come out to kick this Waco High field goal attempt. It'll be a 30-yard attempt. Ball is on the near hash. Really no wind to speak of here tonight. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. It's got the distance, and Chris Escada puts this one through the uprights, and Waco High gets on the scoreboard first, taking a 3-0 lead over Harker Heights. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Waco High has just taken a 3-0 lead over Harker Heights. The first time Waco High has had a lead since their game against Ellison, I think on September 14th.
And Waco High benefiting a lot from the penalties against Harker Heights, keeping the drive alive.
Chris Escada is out to kick the ball off after this touchdown or field goal. It's a high kick down the left side, and it's going to be out of bounds. Went out of bounds at about the 4. He was angling it for that pylon. And so Harker Heights is going to get some good field position.
Something else you're noticing with the Lions offense tonight, a lot less bad snaps. They're able to keep the drives alive without the false snaps, knocking them back a few yards.
Yeah, and Brett, we're going to pray that you didn't just jinx Waco High for the rest of this game. But no, you make a fair point. That was one of our keys to the game, really, was the effectiveness of that snap. It's given Waco High fits all season long. And
even Waco's quarterback Long able to.
Yeah, I said his name and I realized I was about to make a really bad pun about all season long anyway. Okay. Harker Heights out back onto the field at the near hash. QB sneak up the middle, and he's going to get ahead for a gain of 3.
Not the typical play call you see on 1st and 10.
Yeah, absolutely not. Actually, I think that's going to go for a gain of 4. They mark him down at the Harker Heights 34. Dorian Smith out there, quarterback. Contavious Johnson in the backfield. 2 wide receivers set. And this is going to be a handoff left side. Hit really hard at the 38 and then tackled down at the 39.
Just short of the first down, Brian.
Yeah, just short, so that'll bring up 3rd and 1. And on the handoff is Andre Gebhardt. He remains in the backfield. Same formation for the Knights. Handoff again is to Gebhardt, left guard, and he's going to get ahead for the first down, tackled down at the 42. So they'll move the chains, gain of 3. Ball's in the middle of the field.
That's their first down since the opening drive of the game for Harker Heights.
Now, I really don't even recall a Harker Heights pass attempt. I know they've dropped back to pass, but I don't.
Yeah, the quarterback's 0 for 3 right now on passes.
What do you mean? You've been keeping stats down there?
Oh, we're serious.
Been holding out on me. And Waco High will call a timeout here with 9:44 left in the first quarter. Let's take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Well, thank you for indulging us on that short break. I had to text somebody back that was offering to bring us enchiladas from upstairs in the press box, and that was really important to me.
Nobody says no to enchiladas in Texas.
So we've got 1st and 10 now. Harker Heights at their own 42. And Smith is going to hand this off to Gebhardt, left side. He bounces it back across the right side of the field. He's at the 50 and then tackled up at the Waco High 46. First down, gain of about 14.
Gebhardt running with some great vision, able to make that cutback across the field to pick up a few extra yards.
Yeah, he was rolling to his left, found a seam, cut it back to the right side of the field and was able to get a really nice pickup. The 1st and 10 ball now on the Waco High 46. Same formation for Harker Heights, and there's movement along the Harker Heights line. It's going to be a false start.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That'll back Harker Heights up 5 yards. Ball's now back on the other side of the field. Sits at the Harker Heights 49.
That's the 6th penalty against Harker Heights tonight, and we're barely into the second quarter, Brian.
So Gebhardt comes out for Harker Heights. They send Jalen Washington into the backfield. Smith in the pistol. He's going to hand off to Gebhardt at the 48. He's at the 50. Makes a miss, gets up to the 45. Tackle down at the 45. Could have sworn I saw Gebhardt go out, but I think that was Johnson, actually. Gebhardt with the carry, though. So nice gain on 1st and 15. Sets up 2nd and 9 for Harker Heights. Harker Heights traveling left to right. Ball's on the far hash. Smith in the pistol. Snap is back. He pitches right side to Jalen Washington. He's at the 50, and he is a convoy of Waco High defenders descends upon him at the 49 and tackles him there. Waco High defense was all over that. A loss of 4. So 3rd and 13 for Harker Heights at their own 49. Not their own 49, the Waco High 49, which is also the Bryan Fonville 51.
Not an ideal situation for Harker Heights. You know it's a throwing situation, and they have yet to have success throwing.
And as you say that, Brett, they take a timeout. They want to talk things over here. 3rd and long, finding themselves down 3-0. Got 7 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the second quarter on homecoming night. For those who maybe haven't listened to a high school football game or been to a high school football game on homecoming, we're in store for what we would imagine will be a very extended homecoming or halftime. Waco High's already adjusted their halftime schedule by moving the band and the drill team to the pregame. During that halftime, we will have highlights from the first half. We'll have scores from throughout the area. We'll have other stuff.
Should be a fun time,
yeah,
right?
We'll go back to, Brett's going to give us that HVAC system analysis that he kept talking to me about in the pregame.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad to see they cut the AC off in the room now. We can warm up a bit.
Yeah, it was a blistery temperature when we first came in. All right, ready to resume action here. Harker Heights on 3rd and 13. Smith drops back to pass. He rolls out to the left side, escapes a Waco High defender, now cuts upfield, gets to the 50, and then is hit hard at the 48.
Great hit. Yeah, Smith able to elude the rush again, but unfortunately he was not able to find a receiver. Tucked the ball in, tried to run it, but Waco High all over that quarterback.
I couldn't tell who I kept trying to see who from Waco High laid that lick on Smith because he just bounced off of him and straight onto the ground.
Smith flew about 3 yards in the air.
So 4th and 11, Harker Heights is going to punt this ball. Their punter stands at his own 42. Waco High sends 2 guys back to field his punt, one at a short distance and one longer. And neither of them are going to catch this ball. It bounces at the 15, now rolls down to the 10, to the 8, and it's picked up there by J.D. Reese. It was kind of rolling to where it might be downed inside the 5, and J.D. Reese elected to try to pick it up. Kind of fumbled with it for a second. And
Reese playing with fire there, picking up the ball at the last minute, right as the defenders closed in on him.
And actually, this ball is marked down at the 2, so Waco High with abysmal starting field position here on this drive. I mentioned the last time Waco High had a lead in a ball game was September 14th against Ellison with 4:20 left in the first quarter. And you know how long that lead lasted?
How long, Brian?
14 seconds.
Yikes.
Ellison took the kickoff back for a touchdown. So 6:58 left here in the second quarter. Long is in his own end zone. He's going to hand this ball off to Carpenter around the left side. He gets to the sideline and then cuts upfield, tiptoes his way up to the 10. But did a flag come down in the backfield, Brett?
I see one, yep, in the end zone.
And if this is holding in the end zone, it would be a safety. Looks like the officials are discussing it now.
Holding. Offense, number 78. Penalty occurred in the end zone. That will result in a safety.
You called it, Brian.
Well, sometimes I really hate it when I'm right. They get Jordan Banda for the holding in the end zone. And so we have that rare high school football score of 3-2.
Well, we talked about earlier, Brian, the penalties on Harker Heights helping the Lions get the field goal on their drive, and now the Lions returning the favor to the Knights, committing a costly penalty in their own end zone.
So following the punt after the safety, Harker Heights with the ball at their own 37. Handoff goes to Gebhardt, and he gets ahead for a gain of 9 yards. Now we've got 2nd and 1, and now Smith is going to hand this off to Gebhardt again, and he plows forward for a gain of 2. First down, Harker Heights. 6:10 left here in the second quarter. We do apologize for those technical difficulties. I want to thank Steven back in the studio for getting us back on track and on the air here. Smith under center. He's going to do a quarterback run here. He gets hit at the 50, bounces off a guy, tries to get around to the right side, but can't get forward, and so forward progress. We'll mark him at the 50. No gain on 2nd down. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Again, Waco High leads Harker Heights here 3-2. The Lions took the lead on a 30-yard field goal by Chris Escada. And Harker Heights scoring on a safety from a holding call in the end zone. 2nd and 8 for Harker Heights. Handoff is to Gebhardt, but this one's going to be blown dead. Movement before the snap.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Another penalty on Harker Heights. That's right as they were getting momentum going for this drive.
So you're keeping stats down there. Are you keeping track of penalties?
I am just keeping track of the number of penalties for each team.
Okay, that's good.
Number 7 for Harker Heights now.
I'd expect that from an engineer.
We got to put a number somehow.
So ball's on the near hash. Smith under center. Waco High brings pressure, and Waco High gets to the quarterback. Ball's on the ground, and Waco High, did they get on top of it? I think Harker Heights was able to get back on it. Smith somehow got back on that ball.
Oh, my. I think there were 2 Waco defensive linemen who had a chance to grab the ball. Smith had already given up on it. Somehow the ball pops out, and Smith decides to get back on the ball.
Yeah, it looked like Deshaun Fisher just landed on that, and I guess the force from his body weight caused the ball to squirt out. Wow.
Waco High squandering a great opportunity to start a drive deep into Harker Heights territory.
So as Tom Nesbitt likes to say, 3rd and a country mile. 3rd and 25 for Harker Heights. Smith is under center, 3 wide receiver set. Smith drops back, looks to throw, rolls out to the right, looks down the middle, now throws over the middle, and it is over the head of his receiver, who could run a route down the right slot, the right hash.
Smith really struggling tonight to connect with his receivers. You have to expect more and more runs as they have success with that so far.
And it looked like on that play, Waco High just was content to drop a bunch of guys into pressure. I mean, you kind of expect that on 3rd and 25.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. So this will bring up a Harker Heights punt. 4:11 left here in the 2nd quarter. Corey Ebron rounds the right side and has a chance to block this ball, but it does get off. Bounces down at the 40 and rolls out of bounds at the 32. Thought Corey Ebron might have a chance to block that punt. He came around the right side unblocked.
Just missed it. Waco High holding on to the slimmest of leads, 3-2.
But they are leading. While we're waiting for the Waco High offense to come out onto the field, we want to thank Jennifer and David Cantu for listening to tonight's broadcast. They might be in San Antonio or they might be anywhere in the world. It seems like they're always traveling. Got a 4 wide receiver set for the Lions. Long in the backfield with Carpenter. Ratliff comes in motion, and now Long throws deep down the left side. It's intercepted at the Harker Heights 40. Long threw that ball into double coverage. Kevion McCoy would run down the left side, and McCoy looked like he ran to the inside. Long thought he was going to cut that back out, and intercepted by the Harker Heights defensive back.
Yeah, McCoy clearly frustrated. He thought he was going in the correct direction. Defensive back, very fortunate to be sitting on that one. Ball came right to him.
So Waco High on one play following the Harker Heights punt gives the ball back to Harker Heights, and Harker Heights is about where they were on this previous play. Smith is going to hand this off to Gebhardt right up the middle, and he's going to get ahead for a gain of 3. Tackled at the Harker Heights 43. Fortunate that didn't go for more because Zamir Latchison was substituting in late for Waco High. And actually now he ran on for one play, and now he's running right back off the field.
Hey, he did his job. Came in, made the stop. Time to get rest.
And coming in for him is a number 79 who's not on our roster. Smith drops back. He's going to hand this off to Gebhardt, left guard. And he's going to get ahead for a gain of 2. So now 3rd and 5 coming up for Harker Heights. 3:14, 3:13 left here in the 2nd quarter.
Waco High bringing blitz on the right side on that 2nd down. Starting to wonder if they're going to commit much more to the run as the game goes on.
Yeah, you know, Harker Heights really hasn't shown much of a passing, I'm not going to say passing attack, but even a passing attempt. Smith under center. He's going to hand this ball off to Gebhardt, right side. He's at the 50, gets ahead to the 46, and tackled at the 46. First down, pickup of about was that 9 on third down? So now we got 1st and 10, balls at the Waco High 46. 2:38 left here in the second quarter. Harker Heights has 2 timeouts remaining. Waco High also has 2 timeouts remaining.
Like the way Gebhardt runs, hard and strong.
Smith, handoff. Johnson, left side. He's at the 40, 35. Bounces outside to the left side. It's a foot race to the end zone. He's at the 10-5. And Johnson goes 46 yards for a Harker Heights touchdown. And the Knights regain the lead.
Not a lot of defenders on his way to the end zone, Ryan. It looked like he had a clear path. Great blocking by the offensive line.
Yeah, he only kind of had to make one cut. Once he made that cut, there was a lot of open field ahead of him, and then Johnson showing his speed, getting ahead 46 yards for the touchdown. So the extra point attempt here is underway. The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is good. And so Harker Heights now takes a 9-3 lead over Waco High. We've got 2:18 remaining here in the second quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Contavious Johnson goes 46 yards for the Harker Heights touchdown, and the Knights now lead Waco High 9-3. Kickoff for Harker Heights here to come. It's a short kick out. I've never seen a kick like that. I don't even know how to describe that.
Not very pretty.
It's almost like he was trying to make an onside kick. It goes right out of bounds at the Waco High 38-yard line.
More like a chip shot to the sideline.
I mean, this is the rare situation where I think you decline the penalty on the out-of-bounds kick. So Waco High will get good field position. They'll start this possession at, I think, their own 38. And while we wait for the offense to come out onto the field, we want to thank the Decker family for tuning in from Richardson. Lauren, Chad, Emma, Eloise, and I think we may have Bennett listening too.
No bedtimes on Friday night.
They're having a very 1950s-like evening, all probably huddled up around the fireplace with the radio. Thank you for listening. Now Jordan Fuller's in it, quarterback. He hands this off to Randy Carpenter, and he runs left guard for a gain of 6. Tackled down at the Waco High 49. Jordan Fuller getting his first action here tonight. You know, this may be a situation where Waco High feels more comfortable with Fuller in there in kind of a 2-minute offense situation.
Especially with Long coming from that interception on the previous drive, Brian.
It's a great point, Brett. So we got 1:49 remaining here in the second quarter. Waco High still has 2 timeouts. 4 wide receivers set for Fuller. Snaps back, he throws out quickly to left flat. The receiver wasn't even looking for the pass. Goes over his head and incomplete, but the clock will stop.
That was Ratliff, the intended receiver, but he was looking downfield the entire time. Never saw the ball coming.
So 3rd and 4, big third down here. This Waco High offense. Harker Heights did receive to begin this game, so Waco High will receive the ball to begin the second half. Snap is back. Fuller hands off to Carpenter. He's up the middle. He sheds a blocker to 40, 35, 30, and nobody's going to catch Randy Carpenter. 5 touchdown, Randy Carpenter, and he goes 51 yards for the Waco High touchdown. Says anything you can do, I can do better. Answers for Waco High.
Great run. Had 2 guys draped over him as he broke through the line. Still managed to escape, reach the end zone.
And a big answer from this Waco High offense to take the lead now with 1:28. We'll take the lead pending the extra point. Chris Escada in to kick this extra point. Snaps back, kick is up, and it is good. And so Waco High regains their 1-point lead over Harker Heights on the 51-yard touchdown run by Randy Carpenter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM.
Exciting game now.
.128 left here in the second quarter of a game that just a moment ago was a 3-2 game. Now it's 10-9 Waco High over Harker Heights, and Chris Escada kicks this one away. It's a squib kick, short kick, fielded down at the 12. And he's up at the 15-20, finds a seam at the 25, bounces to the 30, now cuts back across the left side of the field to the 40, and then tackled down at the 45. Actually mark him down at the 46. A really nice return with several cuts.
Devin Barnes, number 9.
Devin Barnes showing some good shifty running there. Putting Harker Heights in a threatening position here with 1:19 left here in the second quarter. Now, I mentioned that Waco High will receive to begin the second half. If they're able to hold Harker Heights here, you've got the potential for a 14-point swing if you can come out and get a score to begin the second half. So now Smith is going to hand this off. No, he keeps it. He looks to throw deep down the left side, and that is caught. Caught at the 21-yard line.
The ball severely underthrown. Cornerback had a great chance at interception, but number 83 goes up big, makes the catch. Unfortunately, makes a hard landing, and he's still down on the ground.
That ball was caught by Isaiah Devane, a junior wide receiver for Harker Heights. Yeah, that ball just kind of hung up there, Brett, and it looked like J.D. Reese might have had a chance to make a play on that ball, but somehow Isaiah Devane comes down with it.
Devane just went up and got it.
He is kind of laying on his side on the far hash.
Back on his feet now, the crowd giving him a cheer. Good to see him make it off the field on his own.
So we've got 1:11 left here in the second quarter. Again, both teams were still with 2 timeouts. Harker Heights sends out 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, balls on the far hash. Contavious Johnson in the backfield. And Smith is going to hand off to Johnson. He runs left side, bounces it back to the right. He's up to the 20-15, and then tackled down at the 13. Clock is running, 51 seconds left. Harker Heights normally goes slow, now going with tempo with the running clock. Smith pitches left side to Johnson. He runs, bounces it out to the left side. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, rounds to the sideline, and just gets inside the pylon. Touchdown, Harker Heights. And Johnson goes 12 yards around the left side.
Great blocking by the wide receiver, able to seal off that corner so the running back could get around the edge and into the end zone.
So Harker Heights answers the 51-yard Brandy Carpenter touchdown run. And we've now got a barn burner here at WISD Stadium. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And Harker Heights now regains the lead 16-10 over Waco High. We've got 35 seconds left, second quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Johnson goes 12 yards around the left side for the Harker Heights touchdown, and it's now 16-10 Harker Heights. Here is the kickoff, and it is a short kick out to the left side, bounces at the 20, the 15-10, and now picked up at the 8. Couldn't see who picked it up. He's at the 10, makes a man miss, gets to the 15, breaks another tackle, and is tackled down at the 18. That was Nakevion McCoy who picked that ball up on the far side of the field. Sorry, I couldn't see his number. And he runs all the way to the left side of the field to get Waco High out to the 18.
Taking a risk by picking up the ball. It looked like the ball may have been heading out of bounds before he decided to pick it up.
Yeah, kind of a catch-22 there. You want to be aggressive with so little time left here in the half, but it does maybe end up costing Waco High some field position as a result.
We'll see if Waco High decides to go for a score here with only 27 seconds left.
So 27 seconds, as you say, Brett, left here in the second quarter. Fuller in again at quarterback. High snap. He just is able to get back on top of it. Down, covers it on the ground, and so the ball is going to be marked down at the Waco High 11. Looked like he might be able to pick that one back up, but he just had to dive on top of it. And so now we've got 20 seconds left. And Harker Heights calls a timeout. They've got one. Go ahead. They've got one timeout remaining. So not really enough to force Waco High to punt the ball here. The Lions can kneel this out if they just want to go to half.
Harker Heights already got one safety. Maybe they're thinking they have an opportunity for a second, especially with the bad snap that just happened.
Excellent point, Brett.
You know, the offenses, both of them, really starting to find their stride. The game started off with about 10 drives, and all to show for it was a field goal and a safety. And now the past 3 drives, they've all had touchdowns.
We have the DeShazo and Nesbitt halftime show coming up. We'll have highlights. We'll have the Waco High homecoming court. We'll have another weather report from Brett Richstone, which was fascinating the first time. So you want to stick around for that. Fuller gets this snap. He's going to hand off to Carpenter up the middle. He's quickly at the 20-25, makes a cut to the right side, and he's tackled down at the 30. So now 13 seconds. Clock stops while they move the chains. And now Waco High, I think, is going to call a timeout. And they do. So 13 seconds left. Ball is on the Waco High 30-yard line.
Coach Kwame thinking if he can get 1 or 2 big plays in, there's a chance for a field goal.
Brett, don't we have some other good stuff queued up for halftime?
Well, I'm sure you do, Brian. The show is always filled with fun.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna list the Adopt a School partners. We're gonna, I mean, really, the highlight is gonna be the homecoming court. I mean, that's what I look forward to every season, really. We're gonna talk about Waco High Theater. We're gonna have our interview with the Student of the Week, Tom Nesbitt's interview with our Waco High Student of the Week. I'll give a little hint. It's a current member of the Waco High football team. All right, Waco High back on the field now. Ball's at the 30, center of the field, 4 wide receivers set. Now Ratliff comes in motion, and Fuller is going to hand off again to Carpenter. He's at the 30, 35, and up to the 40. Actually tackled down at the 39, 5 seconds left. Whistle blows, and I think Kwame Cavill, you could hear the buzzer sound, but I think Waco High may have called another timeout. And actually, I may be, yeah, he's pointing at the official. The Harker Heights team is walking off of the field.
Band is trying to come on the field. The band is on the field.
Be honest, before you even came here tonight, did you have a premeditated thought of trying to work that in?
Absolutely. That was one of the few remarks I've already decided before the game to make sure I said on air. Still have a few more to come.
Yeah. So the referee has to go over to Harker Heights and say, hey, guys, come back out here. And so we will have one more play. There's 3 seconds left on the clock.
Great Southern accent, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's what the referee sounds like, but
we should know. We've heard him loud and clear so far tonight.
Well, that's the problem. It's always too loud, and I can't really make out the uniqueness of his accent.
Looks like Waco's lining up for a Hail Mary to end the half.
Yeah, 4 wide receivers, 2 stacked to the right, 2 stacked far to the left. Fuller throws quickly out of the left flat to Jerome Ratliff. He's at the 40, 45, 50, and is out of bounds at the 42 of Harker Heights. Clock expires on that play. So we will go into halftime. Waco High will receive to begin the second half. 16-10, Harker Heights leads Waco High. You'll want to stick around for the DeShazo and Nesbitt halftime show. Come right back. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Back at Waco ISD Stadium where the homecoming court is taking the field. The Waco High band is on the field. There's a column of junior ROTC members out there with their sabers drawn, and Waco High administration wearing those scarlet blazers looking sharp. And the homecoming court is coming out onto the field. Brett, we have some information about the different students that are a part of that homecoming court, and I thought we might kind of take turns reading about our nominees.
Yeah, I think our listeners would appreciate knowing more about who they are. Absolutely.
Our first Queen nominee tonight is Hannah Clayton. She's escorted by her mother and father, Todd and Jackie Clayton. Hannah is a member of WHS Varsity Cheer, JROTC, Waco Youth Advisory Council, National Honor Society President. Gosh, she's a member of a lot. Young Ladies of Empowerment. She's also participating in the LEAD program. When she's not involved in all these extracurriculars, she enjoys playing guitar, spending time with her dogs and her family. She plans to attend Huston-Tillotson University and major in civil engineering.
Hey, I'm excited to hear about a future engineer.
That's right.
Yeah. Our first King nominee, Bryan, is William Audit. He's escorted tonight by his mother and father, David and Cynthia Audit. William is a member of the Waco High varsity baseball team, an architecture ambassador. He loves playing baseball as well as fishing. After graduation, William plans to attend TSTC, where he hopes to major in architecture.
And we got to find out what an architecture ambassador is. It sounds interesting.
You know, it sounds very prestigious.
Our second Queen nominee tonight is Christiana Caitlin Hernandez. Christiana is a member of the WHS drill team. She's the social coordinator. She's a 4-year player on varsity softball. She loves dancing, eating, who doesn't, sleeping, playing softball, watching movies, spending time with her family. After high school, she plans on attending Texas Tech or UCLA to become a teacher like her coach Tally and joining the Army.
Texas Tech or UCLA? I bet her parents are hoping for Texas Tech.
Give me that in-state tuition.
All right, our second King nominee, Jacob Daniel Balderrama. He's escorted tonight by his mother, Catherine Balderrama, and his senior AP English teacher, Jessica Castillo. Jacob is a member of Waco High's varsity cross country. He's an AP art student, as well as student council vice president. Jacob loves to draw, enjoys going for runs, and after high school, he wants to attend UTSA and major in art education, where he hopes to become a high school teacher or coach.
Our third Queen nominee tonight, Brett, is Tamara Lee Ritchie. Tamara's a member of the WHS National Honor Society, AVID, Interact Club, Young Ladies of Empowerment, and a unified sports partner for Special Olympics. She enjoys spending time with her family, cuddling with her dog, and sleeping. She plans on attending UTA and majoring in psychology.
Jordan Isaiah Banda. He is our third King nominee. He's escorted tonight by his grandparents, Juan and Mary Lou Banda. Jordan is a member of Waco High's varsity football, track and field, and National Honor Society. He loves playing football. He loves spending time with his friends and family. After high school, Jacob wants to attend Midwestern State University and complete a double major in both accounting and business management.
And as you talk about Jordan Banda walks down the row of junior ROTC Sabres. Continuing on here, our fourth Queen nominee tonight is Taylor Janae Torres. She's escorted by her mother and father, Daniel and Melissa. Taylor is an AB Honor Roll student, president of the WHS Student Council. Hey, Student Council president. 3-year varsity cheerleader, Skills USA member, and plays softball for Waco High. She loves hanging with her friends, shopping, trying new things. She plans on attending MCC and transferring to TCU, where she plans to major in criminal justice.
Wants to be a Horned Frog, although they just lost last night. Fourth King nominee, Corey Ebron. He's escorted by his mother and father, Daniel and Corey Ebron Sr. Corey is a member of the Waco High varsity football team, powerlifting team, National Honor Society, and a lead participant. Corey loves to go on trips with his family, playing football, and helping people. After high school, he wants to attend Texas State University or the University of Houston to play football and major in sports management.
And we just heard Corey Ebron on our Student of the Week interview with Tom Nesbitt. Our final Queen nominee tonight is Haley Michelle Wise. She is escorted by her grandfather, Noah Jackson Jr. She's a CTE ambassador, co-chairman for the Waco Youth Council, HOT Fair and Rodeo Sweetheart, which is going on right now across town, a lead participant, school announcer, WISD sideline reporter, senior class president, a member of WHS Student Council, and a member of National Honor Society. There's actually more here, but I'm going to stop reading it because she's also been a student of our week. In a previous game this season. She loves watching movies, singing, and listening to music. She plans to attend Prairie View A&M University and major in biology with a focus on the pre-med track. Brett, who is our final King nominee tonight?
That would be Waco High's kicker, Chris Escada. He's escorted by his mother and father, Carmen and Natilio Escada. Chris is a member of Waco High's varsity football team, National Honor Society, and a lead participant. Chris loves playing football, spending time with his family, especially his 2 younger brothers. After high school, he wants to attend college to play football and major in business management.
So that pretty much covers our homecoming court for Waco High. Chris Escada is actually about to take the field as the final nominee tonight. They've all been parading out there, and they are lined up at the near hash. The Waco High band is formed behind them.
You can see a lot of parents down there beaming with pride, Bryan.
Yeah, and a lot of students here too. You know, a lot of times at halftime, you'll see a lot of people make their way to the restrooms and the concession area, but a lot of interest here in who's going to be taking home this king and queen crown. Just heard Chris Escada's name read over the loudspeaker and the reaction. Not only has he kicked a 30-yard field goal tonight, but now representing his senior class here in the homecoming court. You know, a lot of these students, Brett, it's really impressive reading out all of the many ways that they're involved. Not only are these students great in the classroom, but all of the extracurriculars.
No, it's just great to see, Brian. These guys are not one-dimensional football players. They're very involved in their school and have a great presence with the student body.
So now
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for your 2018 homecoming court.
So all of the nominees have been read, and we're now just waiting on the winners.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll from the crowd.
Our 2018 homecoming king is Chris Escada.
So Chris Escada is now being presented with his crown. He's standing at the 45-yard line. Not only does he get a crown, you know, Chris Escada has some big hair, and they're struggling to get that crown down over his, I don't know if I can call that a fro.
Might need a chin strap to keep the hat on.
They're also working on his sash, his homecoming king sash.
Fans, can we have the final drum roll, please?
And so now here is their Waco High homecoming queen.
Our 2018 homecoming queen is Christiana
So Christiana
Hernandez.
Caitlin Hernandez is your 2018 Waco High homecoming queen. She joins Chris Escada as the king and queen. So those are your winners.
Christiana jumping up and down when she heard her name called.
So that about does it for our Waco High homecoming court. We've got just a few seconds left maybe before this kickoff happens. The Waco High team and the Harker Heights team are in the north end zone doing their calisthenic warm-ups. We're going to step aside here for a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second calf kickoff, and we're expecting an exciting finale to this game as Waco High and Harker Heights are both still looking for their first district win of the season. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Back at Waco ISD Stadium, we're about to get this second half kicked off. Both teams coming out onto the field for this kickoff. Waco High receives to begin the second half. Harker Heights took a late lead in the second quarter with 35 seconds left on a 12-yard touchdown run by Contavious Johnson. The Lions thought for sure they were going to head into halftime with the lead, but Harker Heights had different plans. Harker Heights teased this ball off. The second half is underway. The kickoff is short. It's going to land at the 20 and be fielded by Nakevion McCoy. It bounces there. He gets to the 25 and is wrestled down at the 27.
Brian, it looked like Harker Heights was trying to avoid kicking to McCoy. By the last minute, McCoy and the other receiver, Jerome Ratliff, switched sides, and McCoy was able to make a return.
I don't know if that's right or not, but it sounded convincing. So I have no reason to question that.
That's what I like to hear, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah. So Jordan Fuller is going to come in at quarterback. He led the last two drives for Waco High after freshman Davion Long went all but 2 possessions in the first half. Fuller's got 4 wide receivers out there. Randy Carpenter in the backfield to his right. He's going to hand off to Carpenter. He's met immediately in the backfield, tackled down for a 2-yard loss.
Just no chance to go anywhere. The blocking broke down from the start.
So 2nd and 12. Ball is on the Waco High 25. Lions now with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Fuller in the pistol. Waco High does a hard count. Nobody flinches, so Fuller and company will look to the sideline for the signal. Now Randy Carpenter will move to Fuller's left. Snap is back. Fuller throws quick out to the left flat. Caught at the 23, up to the 25, 30. Ball comes out of his hands, but and is actually on the ground and recovered by Harker Heights. Recovered at the Waco High 38. I think that was Jerome Ratliff with the reception. He made a cut inside.
Yeah, not sure what happened. Bryan Ratliff was on track to gain a big gain after the catch.
Yeah, that ball actually, sorry, Brett.
Unfortunately, the ball just coughed up as he was trying to make his run.
Yeah, the ball, they were showing the replay here. We have a TV here in our booth, and the ball came out untouched. A Harker Heights player didn't even make contact. The ball just came out of his hands. So now Harker Heights with great field possession at the 37. Handoff is to Gebhardt. He gets up to the 35, up to the 34, 33. Actually the 32. Just tough running by Gebhardt along that right side.
He's really been the reason why Harker Heights has been able to sustain drives so far this game.
Yeah, we've seen the big plays from Contavious Johnson, but Gebhardt has been doing a lot of the tough physical running. So now Smith under center. He drops back. He's going to hand off. This is to Johnson, left guard. He's up to the tackle down at the 27. Pickup of 6. And they give him enough for the first down. So first down, ball's at the Waco High 27. Obviously not the way, if you're Waco High, you'd want to start this second half. 2 wide receivers set. Smith, handoff, Gebhardt up the middle, tackle down at the 25, gain of 2. Harker Heights leads Waco High 16-10.
The Knights trying to capitalize on that turnover, getting some points on the board, just as they did in the first half from the interception.
Knights are traveling right to left. Ball's in the middle of the field at the Waco High 25. 2nd and 8. Now Smith is going to hand off Johnson up the middle, bounces to the right, and then down at the 18. Johnson making maybe 2 cuts. You mentioned in the first half that he's got really nice vision of the field when he runs.
He's about a yard short of the first down now.
So 3rd and 1. 2 wide receivers set, Smith under center. He is going to hand off Gebhardt right side. There's a hole at the 15. He's up to the 10 and then tackled down at the 7. So first down. On 3rd and 1, Harker Heights and Gebhardt pick up 11 yards.
And you see they're sticking to what works. It's just running the ball up the field, north and south. Not so much of the trick plays we saw in the first half.
Yeah, just good downhill running here from Harker Heights. Same formation. Smith, handoff, Gebhardt, right side, up to the 2, diving for the goal line, and he is in the end zone for the Harker Heights touchdown. Harker Heights takes their opening possession from the Waco High 35 and just marches down the field for 6 points. So with 8:37 left in the second quarter, Harker Heights now extends their lead to 22-10. Extra point to come. Snap is back. And this kick, it's a fluttering kind of kick, gets over the upright, and it is good. And so Harker Heights, with our new lead, 23-10 over Waco High. 8:37 left in the third quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where Harker Heights has taken a 23-10 lead over the Lions. Here is the kickoff following the touchdown. It's going to be fielded by McCoy at the 20. He cuts to the right side. Actually, it's Ratliff. He's up at the 30, makes a man miss. 40, 45, 50, rounding the left side. He's got some running room, gets a great block at the 35. He's at the 25, 20, and then finally pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Just a great return by Jerome Ratliff.
There's a late flag thrown in right in the area where that great block was made, Bryan.
Sammy Johnson had just a vicious block at the 25.
could see an excessive celebration. I'm not sure.
And it didn't look to me like it was about. You think it might be an excessive celebration? There's a Waco High player down on the field.
Harker Heights, sorry.
Oh, thank you.
We got a block in the back on 21 red. So we're going to go.
I don't think the ref intended for his mic to be on. And I hate to be a homer, but I don't know about that one. It looked like the Harker Heights player had turned his body. Wow. Either way, from where the penalty was, Waco High will still get good field position. It just won't be down at the 15.
Waco High really needed this return from Ratliff. You could start to feel the game slipping with the way that the offense for Harker Heights has been able to move the ball over the past 3 drives.
Yeah, Harker Heights kind of claiming some of that momentum. And you're right, Brett. Waco High needed a big play. Sometimes special teams can do that for you. And Jerome Ratliff delivering.
That's what makes them special.
Doing a return. Illegal block in the back. Return team number 21. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, even though he said it again, I still don't agree with it. It backs Waco High. They would have had the ball at their own 15. Now the ball's at not their own 15, the Harker Heights 15. Now the ball's at the Harker Heights 42. Fuller remains in at quarterback. He's in the pistol. He's got Carpenter behind him and Johnson to his left. McCoy out to the left, and I think Wells is lined up as the receiver on the right side. Fuller is going to hand this off to Johnson. He runs around the right side, cuts up field at the 40, 35, and then out of bounds at the 32. Almost enough for the first down.
Oh, they're going to give it to him.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Brett. They're moving the chains. So first down, pickup of 10. Nice run by Sammy Johnson. Going back to that Ratliff return, Ratliff had just fumbled the ball on the previous possession for Waco High. Big play from him to put that behind him and come up with a big play. Now Harker Heights jumps across the line. Handoff is to Johnson. He's up at the 30, angling to the right sideline and out of bounds at the 27. I could have sworn somebody jumped across the line of scrimmage, but there's no flag called.
I thought we'd see a flag too, Brian.
Kwame Cavill is letting this line judge hear it. So now Fuller back in the shotgun with Carpenter at his right, Johnson to the left. He's going to hand off to Johnson. He comes around the right side, cuts back up into the middle of the field. He's at the 25, and forward progress will give him the 24.
Big third down coming here for Waco High.
It'll be 3rd and 2. And even if you don't pick up the 3rd down here, you're in the, with the score what it is and the area of the field that you're on, you might be in 4-down territory.
You see this homecoming crowd of Waco High trying to wheel their offense across the first down marker here.
Yeah. Same formation for the Lions. Now Fuller is actually going to run this to the right. Now he cuts up field at the 20, up at the 15, and now dragged down at the 14. First down, Waco High. I said same formation, but they put Fuller far to the left. He had Carpenter and Johnson to his right, and they served as blockers for him on a designed quarterback run.
Great cut by Fuller to get upfield.
Now he is in the pistol. Fakes the snap and will look to the sideline for the signal. So now Johnson to his left, Carpenter to the right. Snap is back and Fuller is going to throw. He's got pressure around up the middle. He cuts out to the 25, 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds. Out of bounds at the 10. They mark him at the 10.
Got to give credit to running back Randy Carpenter. They had a big blitz coming from the outside. He picked it up, allowed Jordan Fuller to have a chance to run outside, gain a few yards.
Yeah, and I think the guy that Carpenter may have blocked is down on the ground for Harker Heights. You know, Brett, before Waco High came back onto this field, you made an observation to me about the weather. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but you finished your college degree about 64 hours shy of a meteorological degree. But you want to fill us in on your weather observation?
You know, I felt like I was almost there. A few more hours would have made it. Unfortunately, I didn't have the pep talk that Rudy had, so had to settle for an engineering degree. But you can see out there the flags are blowing strong to the south, and we want to point out that our flags are sponsored by Community Bank and Trust, so we thank them for their support of Waco High football.
Community Bank and Trust, a longtime friend of Waco ISD. 2nd and 6 for the Lions. Ball's on the near hash. Waco High faked the hard count again and looks to the sideline again to check the play call. Fuller in the shotgun. Handoff is to Johnson. He cuts back up in the middle of the field, and he's going to be tackled down at the 6. It was 2nd and 6. Ball needed to get to the 4, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. Waco High trailing 23-10, 6:08 left here in the third quarter. The Lions looking to answer the Harker Heights score. And now Fuller is joined in the backfield by Corey Ebron. We saw this last week. Corey Ebron lined up as the running back, and Harker Heights is saying, hold on, wait a minute. We don't like the fact that you just put in your stud defensive lineman back in the backfield. We need to talk this over.
Yeah, Coach Edwards didn't like it. Wanted to buy his defense some time, talk it over. And we'll see if Coach Kwame sticks with that formation and they come out of the timeout.
We saw last week at Waco High's game at Copper's Cove, when they got down into kind of a goal line situation, they put big Corey Ebron back there, and it's obvious they have a goal line package designed specifically for him. He had a nice pickup on one of the downs, and then on the second play that led to the touchdown for Waco High last week, they used Corey Ebron as a decoy. I think Jordan Fuller faked the handoff to Ebron and kept it around the left side and was basically able to stroll into the end zone.
Yeah, if I'm playing defense for Harker Heights right now, I have no interest in trying to bring down that big number 3 on Waco High.
Yeah, especially after Corey Ebron was told he's not going to be the homecoming king. He might be running a little bit extra angry here tonight.
There's a score to settle for sure.
Ball's on the 6. Fuller. Handoff is to Ebron. He's up the middle, and he's going to punch it into the goal line for a touchdown. Corey Ebron, defensive end / running back, 6 yards for the Waco High touchdown, and the Lions answer the Harker Heights score. And Corey Ebron met some resistance at the 1-yard line, but he's a hard guy to bring down. Not only does he impose his will in the opponent's backfield, but he lets some linebackers feel it there tonight. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good, and so Waco High trims this Harker Heights lead to 23-17. We've got a one-possession ball game again. 5:42 remaining here in the third quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Corey Ebron gets his first touchdown of the season, first touchdown of his career. And Waco High now trails Harker Heights 23-17, but seizes back the momentum. The student of the week, as Tom Nesbitt says, delivering in a big way. And here comes the Chris Escada kick. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fumbled at the 20, but picked back up by the returner. He's at the 25 now, jukes his way to the 30, 35, and tackled down at the 37. Sorry, they mark him down at the 35. I don't know if Tom's still listening, but just based on this limited sample size, I think we need to always make the student of the week a football player if it's going to work out like this. So now you hear that Waco High band playing, crowd getting back into this game. Harker Heights with the ball at their own 35-yard line, running that same base I formation that they've run all night long. Smith is going to hand this off to Gebhardt. He runs around the right side, breaks a tackle at the 37, gets up ahead to the 40, 41. Pickup of 6 on first down.
Harker Heights not showing any desire to stray from that running game that's working so well for them.
Yeah, they've only really attempted one, what I would call a real pass. It went for a big gain, set up a touchdown for them, but they haven't tried really to throw the ball since then. Smith pitches out into the right side. It's caught by Gebhardt at the 35-40, 45-50. Now he cuts out to the right side. He's at the 40. Flag comes down. 20, angling back towards the end zone, tackled at the 12. A flag is down, though, at the 42.
Saying this Gebhardt kid can run.
Yeah, he's got great field vision when he's running.
He's making cuts all over the field tonight.
A flag is down. There's also a Waco High player down at the Harker Heights 42. So we've got a flag at the Waco High 42, and we've got a player down at the Harker Heights 42. Both Harker Heights and Waco High are walking back up the field, so this does appear to be a penalty on the Knights. And a hush has kind of come over the stadium while they tend to the injured Waco High player, but he is now up off the ground. This is Zamir Latchison, and he is running off the field on his, I won't say running, he's jogging off the field on his own power. He doesn't appear to be, I'm sure he's in pain, but he doesn't appear to be, you know, limping or anything like that. Never. Okay.
Holding. Offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So they get holding on Harker Heights. Mikel Mason. So the Knights now with 1st and 10 at their own 45. This handoff is to Johnson. He breaks a tackle in the backfield and gets up to the 50. Forward progress gives him the Harker Heights 49. The line judge originally ran to the 50 and then backed his way up to the 49.
Waco's defense had him wrapped up in the backfield, but somehow he slipped away and managed to gain a few yards.
That was McQuavion Mathis that had a chance to bring him down in the backfield. Smith is going to pitch this one out to the right side. It's Johnson. He's at the 50. Jukes his way up to the 45. Is brought down there. 45 also the Bryan Fonville 55-yard line.
Never forget.
3:59 left here in the third quarter. Harker Heights over Waco High 23-17. The Knights traveling right to left. Ball's on the far hash. Smith is going to hand this off to Gebhardt, right guard. He's drugged down at the 39-41 by Corey Ebron. Touchdown running defensive end Corey Ebron.
All over the field tonight, isn't he?
We're going to have to just keep adding adjectives in front of Corey Ebron's name. Now with 2nd and 6, Waco High substituting in some defensive linemen. Same formation for Harker Heights. This is going to be a handoff to Gebhardt, right guard, 40, 35, 30. Bowls his way over a couple of guys to the 28. Yeah, when Gebhardt is running, it's all business.
Yeah, Waco High's defensive line may be wearing down, but Gebhardt is not. He continues to plow through. As I say that, he's limping off the field. Harker Heights bringing in different running back.
Yeah, I think Contavious Johnson is back out there for Harker Heights. Ball's at the 28. Handoff is to Johnson up the middle. Draw play, and he's up to the 22. Tackled there. Pickup of 7 on first down. Harker Heights picking up good yardage on these first down runs.
Controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there's nothing really all that creative about what Harker Heights is doing right here. They're just running the ball down the field in between the tackles. Smith under center. Ball's at the 22. 2nd down. Smith hands off to Johnson, right side. Now he cuts back, bounces out to the right side. He's up at the 23 to 10 and out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Brett, you were motioning something during that play.
Looked like we may have had a block in the back from the cornerback as Johnson was cutting outside, but referees thought otherwise.
So we've got an injury timeout. There's 2 Waco High defensive players coming up hobbled on this play. Demarion Lyons is one of those, and Keith Guillory is the other. 2 players who play in that Waco High secondary. They're both standing up and both kind of trying to shake it off. Appears that both injuries kind of related. I'm going to say related to their legs, but that doesn't seem doesn't seem like good grammar, does it?
Medical terminology right there. Leg-related injury.
Yeah, that's the way you say that. Related to their legs. So 2:08 here left in the third quarter. 23-17 Harker Heights over Waco High. And the Knights here in...
You have to think the defense is going to start committing more guys into the box to stop the run.
Ball's on the far hash. Smith hands off to Johnson. Right side, he's tripped up in the backfield and then pushed back. Tackled at the 6, but they're going to give him forward progress to the 4. So 2nd and goal. This would be a huge defensive stand for Waco High if they could somehow hold Harker Heights here to a field goal attempt. Harker Heights has looked shaky on all of their extra point attempts. Same formation for the Knights. Ball's on the 4-yard line. Oh, and he's hit immediately in the backfield.
Guessing on the snap count, jumps in the backfield.
I didn't even have time to say handoff because Corey Ebron, God, they just showed the replay here. That's going to go on the Corey Ebron highlight reel, probably right after his 6-yard touchdown run. So 3rd and goal. Big 3rd down for this Waco High defense. Ball's on the 6-yard line. Harker Heights sending no wide receivers out. Bunched formation, goal line package, even though they're on the 6. This is going to be a handoff to Johnson, right side. And he is going to be tackled down at the 2-yard line. So a gain of 4. And now a debate ensues as to whether or not Harker Heights wants to go for this or not.
They're going to go for it.
It's a long 2. Ball is marked on the outside of that 2-yard marker. Same formation. Big 4th down here for Waco High. And this is going to be a handoff. No, Smith keeps it around the left side, and he is into the end zone.
Great call by the coach. A bootleg after running up the middle the whole drive. Defense never saw it coming.
Yeah, Smith faked the handoff, and he found a lot of green grass when he finally turned the corner. There was a Waco High defender that maybe had a chance to get out there, but Smith is too fast. Harker Heights gets the touchdown on 4th and goal from the 2. Here is the Harker Heights extra point attempt. It's up, and it is right down the middle, and so Harker Heights now leads Waco High 30-17, 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Dorian Smith takes the bootleg 2 yards around the right side and gives Harker Heights a 30-17 lead over Waco High. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter, and here is the kickoff following the touchdown. This is the best kick of the night for Harker Heights. It's fielded at the 20 by Ratliff. He's coming to the right side at the 25, looking for a seam, cuts up at the 35, at the 40, and now pushed out of bounds at the 42. Another nice return by Jerome Ratliff, but a flag is down in the middle of the field around the 35. Brett, did you see what that flag might be for?
No, I couldn't tell, Brian. Refs are discussing it now, but it seems like the ball's going to be coming back.
Yeah, Harker Heights is walking that way, and it looks like they're going to spot the ball back there.
Doing a return, holding, return team number 5, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
So they get Randy Carpenter for the holding. And that's going to back Waco High up to their own 20. Brett, before we came back from that break, you made a comment to me about Harker Heights' last few offensive possessions. You want to share that with our listening audience?
Well, Bryan, just noticed they've had 4 straight drives now with touchdowns as a result. So you really see them settling into a groove on offense. You see the run game working for them. Waco's got to come up with something on defense to stop them.
Yeah, this was a scoreless game at the end of the first quarter. Harker Heights has put up 30 points since then. Really 30 points since midway through the second quarter. Their first score was a safety given up by the Waco High offense. So Waco High at their own 20, 4 wide receiver set. Fuller is going to hand this off to Carpenter. And he cuts to the left side. He's up at tackled down for a 3-yard gain. Gets up to the 23.
Looks like that may be their last play of the third quarter.
Thank you, Brett. And it is the final play of the third quarter. So when we come back, Waco High will have 2nd and 7 from their own 23. Back at Waco ISD Stadium for the fourth quarter, Waco High was 2nd and 7 at their own 23. 4 wide receiver set. Fuller's going to hand this off to Carpenter. He's up at the 25, 30, 35, 40. Breaks a tackle, bounces off a man at the 45, at the 50, 45, 40, and then bowls over a man at the 35. Huge pickup for Randy Carpenter.
Great run by Carpenter. Almost never happened with that high snap. Could have been a bad play from the start.
That's a 45-yard run for Carpenter. Sets up Waco High in Harker Heights territory at the Harker Heights 33, and Waco High lines up quickly. Now looking to the sideline for the play call. Randy Carpenter in the backfield with Fuller. And Fuller will throw this out quickly to the left flat to Jerome Ratliff. He cuts upfield to the 30 and is tackled down at the 26. Nice block down there by Nakeebion McCoy. Held his block long enough to allow Ratliff to make a man miss and pick up 8 on first down. Same formation for the Lions. Fuller fakes the snap and looks to the sideline now for the play call. 10:57 left in the fourth. Now Harker Heights is going to call a timeout. I think they had a guy maybe out of position and want to talk this over, sensing that this might be a pivotal point in this game.
Is that their second timeout now, the half?
I believe that's correct.
Looks like they have 1 left.
Yeah, if this game gets any tighter, these timeouts could come back to haunt Harker Heights, but Waco High is going to need 2 scores in order for that to happen. And while we have a minute, Brett, we've mentioned this in previous weeks, but Waco High, that theater department that they have, does a great job with the productions that they do. Next weekend, they are featuring Clue on stage. The board game Clue. You ever played that game, Brett?
Probably once or twice.
So apparently it's a stage production, and Waco High is doing that October 18th, 20th, and 21st. Tickets are $5 at the door. It's at the Waco High Performing Arts Center. They always do a great job. One of our students of the week, Neil Dupuis, is a part of that cast. So
how about that?
Yeah. All right, 2nd and 3 now for Waco High. High snap. Fuller's able to field it. Hands off to Carpenter, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there. Maybe a gain of, I'm going to say, a half a yard. So big third down here and kind of 2-down territory, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, down 13, it'd be hard to see Waco settling for a field goal, especially from this range.
Ball is at the Harker Heights 26. Waco High traveling right to left into that wind. Carpenter is to Fuller's right. Fuller's going to roll to the right now, cuts back up into the middle of the field. He's at the 25-20, now bounces out to the left side of the 15, to the 10, angles back to the middle of the field, and now tackled down at the 6-yard line. Really nice run by Jordan Fuller.
Yeah, Fuller saw an opening. The play was designed to run to the right, saw an opening to the left, and made the cut back to pick up a big gain. And now Waco's at 1st and goal.
Yeah, you saw that seam open up. You know, a lot of times that can happen on those cutback blocks, and just a really nice physical run with some really nice cuts from Jordan Fuller. There's a Waco High player down on the field being tended to by the athletic training staff. So on this drive alone, just some really nice plays, critical plays by Randy Carpenter and Jordan Fuller.
Yeah, those two runs have really been the meat of this drive. We'll see if they can capitalize now.
And the player who was down for Waco High is senior offensive lineman Jordan Banda. And he is limping off the field with the assistance of two members of that athletic training staff. Not a good sight. The captain of this Waco High offense, and really anchors that right side for the offensive line.
And he's putting no weight on that right leg.
So the Lions send on Jaquise Wells, a sophomore, to replace him. Fuller gets this handoff, rolls out to the left, and is tackled in the backfield for a big loss. Loss of 6, maybe 7 yards. The ball was on the 5, and they're going to mark him down at 13. So an 8-yard loss. It was kind of a low snap to Fuller's left. I don't know if that caused him to deviate from this called play.
Well, it seemed like as soon as the defense saw the snap was down, they came in. Yeah. Fuller never had a chance to adjust.
So now 2nd and 13. Handoff is to Carpenter, and he just runs straight ahead.
That's Ebron.
Oh, sorry. Corey Ebron with his 2nd run of the night. Is first time he's run the ball and not scored a touchdown. So now 3rd down from the 11. This is actually 3rd down and goal. I'm sorry. Yeah, there is no 1st down marker, so this is 3rd and goal for Waco High. Ball's at the Harker Heights 11. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Carpenter in the backfield with Fuller. And Fuller's going to roll out to the right. He throws to Oliver Jones at the 6. Jones cuts up field, dives for the goal line. Is he in? They mark him just short. They mark him at the half. There is no half goal line, but that's where the ball is marked.
At the half-yard line, Brian, huh? That's a great play call by the coach. The whole defense was inching up, committing to stopping their run. They faked their run, throw a little pass to the flat to our tight end.
Yeah, they snuck Oliver Jones out there into the right flat. Now Waco High going with a goal line package. Fuller, something happened with the snap. The ball was on the ground, and Fuller. Wow, so on 4th down, Waco High tried to do a quarterback sneak. Ball was fumbled, and I think Fuller's knee was on the ground when he picked it up. And so it's going to be a turnover on downs. Sorry for the confusion on that. I got really excited by the Oliver Jones play and completely forgot that it was 4th down.
What a big 4th down that was. Great stop by the Harker Heights defense.
So on 4th and goal, Waco High unable to convert, and now Harker Heights will come out at their own 1.
8 minutes left in the 4th quarter, Brian. Waco needs a stop now.
And Harker Heights will just run this out of the end zone. Quarterback keeper all the way. He gets ahead to the Harker Heights 4-yard line. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for Harker Heights. And for the Lions defense here, a 3 and out here would be huge.
Absolutely.
Harker Heights does not have, no disrespect to their punter, but does not have the ability to really flip the field with their punting game, and so Waco High would get good starting field position. This is a handoff to Johnson, right guard, and he's hit hard by Corey Ebron. Corey Ebron out there laying some licks, drops him at the 8.
Ebron's a scary dude.
Now Harker Heights player is down following this play. I think that's Jack Middleton, number 18. You know, Jack Middleton on the scouting report was anyway listed as the kind of number 1 passing target for this Harker Heights offense, which wouldn't take much based on what we've seen tonight.
Not a lot of passing, really, from either team tonight, but especially Harker Heights.
Yeah, Harker Heights is making no bones about it. They're out here to run the football. And, you know, with a 30-17 lead, can't really blame them for it's worked for them tonight. And with the lead that they have now, clock is an important factor. 7:13 left in the fourth quarter.
Yep. They've actually only had one completed pass tonight, that huge 30 or 40-yard gain in the first half to Isaiah Devon.
It is Jack Middleton who's the injured player for Harker Heights. He's being helped off the field. He's favoring that left leg, not really putting a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah, it looks like an injury related to the leg.
So now Harker Heights will send out a rare 3 wide receiver set. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. This is going to be a handoff to Johnson. He dodges Corey Ebron in the backfield and then makes his way forward up to the 10, which is going to be a yard short. A yard short, the first down marker. Harker Heights could probably get this first down, but where they are on the field.
Coach Edwards not sure he wants to risk it.
But they're leaving their offense on the field. I wouldn't be surprised here if we maybe saw a pooch kick from the quarterback. And actually, Waco High is going to call a timeout. Want to make sure they talk about all the different things that could happen here. You know, neither of these teams, Harker Heights doesn't have a win all season long. Waco High still looking for their first district win. They won their season opener, but you know, in any other situation, you would think that a coach going for it on 4th and 1 at their own 10 is out of their mind. But, you know, when you're looking for that first win, you're up 30-17. Maybe it makes sense to be a little risky here.
It's a bold call. It's the kind of call you see Sean McVay make for the Los Angeles Rams. And it worked for them, so maybe Coach Edwards thinking it can work for them.
.6:38 here left in the fourth quarter. We've got a 2-possession game, 30-17. Harker Heights leads Waco High. Still plenty of time in this ball game. The Waco High defense can get the ball back to their offense here, get a quick touchdown, and anything really could happen. Harker Heights does trot out the punt unit here. Don't know if
no one's
Harker
back for
Heights
Waco yet.
Yeah, these Harker Heights punts have not really gone that far, so.
Well, he's got the wind going for him now.
Rodney Ratliff is back to field. This punt, he stands at the Harker Heights 45. The ball bounces at the 45. It rolls to the 50. Now at the Waco High 45, 44, and it stops rolling there, and it's going to be down there, and so Waco High. Ball bounced and rolled about an additional 15 yards from where it initially made contact. So it goes for a net gain of about 50 yards.
Well, here we go, Brian. It's good. About to see what Waco can do with 6.5 minutes left.
Yeah, we need a quick score here and then a defensive stop. Waco High sending out 4 wide receivers in that same stacked formation that they've run a lot tonight. Fuller's going to hand this off to Carpenter. Nothing in the middle. Now he bounces back to the left side, gets a block from Jordan Fuller, and gets up for a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards on first down. 6:13, 6:12 left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 5 coming up for Waco High. It's a nice job by Randy Carpenter. It was a designed run to the right. It wasn't there. Reversed his field. And able to kind of make something out of nothing. Waco High taking a long time to get this play in. 5:47 left. And now Fuller gets the snap. He's going to hand off to Carpenter. Not anywhere to go in the middle of that line. A gain of 0.
They were waiting for him that time.
Waco High kind of dodged a bullet. There was some movement by one of the Lions wide receivers. Didn't look like he was set when that ball was snapped. So now Sammy Johnson comes in for Randy Carpenter in the backfield. 4 wide receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Now Fuller looks to throw left side pump fakes. Now he's going to throw deep down the left side. He's got McCoy, and McCoy dives at the 18, and it is incomplete.
They had the guy they wanted. They just couldn't get the pass to him. It was a wobbly throw, Brian.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a double move. Fuller faked out into the left flat, but there was pressure up the middle, and Fuller kind of had to pull that one down, then move up in the pocket, then let that ball go, and it ended up being just a little short. It hit McCoy in the hands as he dove, but it would have been a difficult catch to make.
Yeah.
So now Waco High will punt this ball. It's 4th and 6 at the 49. And actually, it's a fake punt. It goes to the H-back, Rodney Ratliff, and Harker Heights was ready for it. He's tackled down at the 45, and the 4th down fake punt will be unsuccessful for Waco High.
Great job by the defense. They knew their situation. They knew how much time was left, and that Waco needed to score. They were ready for the fake punt.
Yeah, Chris Escada kind of faked like the punt was over his head, which, based on how things have gone this year, I believed. And
at least somebody did.
Did not fool Harker Heights, though, and they got to Rodney Ratliff before he could get any positive momentum. So now Harker Heights with the ball at the Waco High 45. 4:56 left here in the 4th quarter, and now Smith is going to hand off to Johnson. He runs left side, breaks a tackle at the 40, gets up to the 35, and tackled down at the 33. Pickup of 11 on 1st down for Johnson.
There's a player down for Harker Heights.
It seems like we've had a lot of players down tonight. But this has been a physical ball game.
A lot of running.
Yeah.
A lot of hard physical running.
So 4:48 left here in the 4th quarter. Clock is running. 1st and 10 Harker Heights, ball on the Waco High 33. Smith under center. Handoff is to Johnson. He bounces out to the right side at the 25-20, breaks the tackle there. Corey Ebron chases him and is unable to bring him down. He crosses the goal line, and Harker Heights now goes up 3 touchdowns over Waco High. 36-17, extra point to come.
Looked like Johnson ran right through the safety. Safety came in high trying to pull him down. Johnson was not having it.
Yeah, both Corey Ebron and J.D. Reese not only trying to save a touchdown there, but also trying to strip the ball from behind. Johnson with those strong hands and strong legs able to get into the end zone. Still waiting on the extra point here. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it is actually...
It was blocked. Looks like someone got a finger on it.
A Waco High player was back there. Whatever happened, it ended up short of the goalpost, and so the extra point is no good. Harker Heights with a 36-17 lead over Waco High. 4:25 left in the 4th quarter. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM. Harker Heights leads Waco High 36-17 here with 4.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And here is the kickoff following the touchdown. It's kicked down the left side, and it is going to roll out of bounds. Went out of bounds at the 28-yard line. The 2nd time tonight that Harker Heights has kicked the ball out of bounds. 3rd time overall. Waco High's done that 1 time tonight. So the Lions with good starting field position, down 3 possessions here against Harker Heights. Both teams came into tonight looking for their first district win of the season. And unless Waco High goes on a scoring spree here, Harker Heights is going to come out of here with their first win, moving to 1-7. But
yeah, starting to see a lot of the Waco High fans leave the stadium now.
yeah, they're trying to get to probably that homecoming after party. Fuller back in the backfield with Carpenter and Johnson. Fuller looks to throw, looks to the left now, goes back to the right and just throws this ball out of bounds. A flag comes down though, the Waco High 45, and a Waco High receiver was out of bounds, 2 or 3 yards out of bounds.
Not sure who Fuller was throwing to.
Yeah, this could either be, I don't think it's going to be intentional grounding. If anything, maybe he was forced, the receiver was forced out of bounds.
Possibly.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Yeah, and it looks like they get the replacement for Jordan Bandit. That's Jaquise Wells with the ineligible man downfield. That play took a while to develop. Might have been a broken play, I'm not sure, but sometimes your offensive lineman can lose awareness of where the ball is. And
yeah, players just not on the same page that play.
so 1st and 15, balls at the Waco High 28. Fuller looks to throw left side. It's out to Nakevion McCoy at the 35. He cuts upfield to the 40 and is down at the 42, about a yard shy of the first down marker. It's a 14-yard pickup on first down. Sets up 2nd and 1. These Knights defensive backs with this lead giving a pretty good-sized cushion to these Waco High wide receivers.
Waco High coach is taking a lot of time to call every play.
Yeah, 3:43 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Fuller looks to throw deep down the left sideline. He looks for McCoy, and that ball is thrown over his head. Incomplete.
McCoy's fast, but quarterback threw about 5-10 yards ahead of him that time. Couldn't get to it that fast.
Yeah, it's tough to overthrow Nakevion McCoy. He's one of the faster guys on this Waco High receiving core. That receiving core is coached by Tevin Reese, probably the fastest receiver in Baylor football history. Fuller is going to hand this off to Johnson, right guard. He's at the 40, cuts up field to the 45, and then tackled down at the, actually he's tackled at the 45. Enough for the first down. It was 3rd and short, so it'll be first down now. The Lion 45. 3:30 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Waco High trails Harker Heights 36-17. Now 2 wide receivers out to the left and 1 to the right. Hard count for Waco High. Fuller throws out to the right side, and it is going to be caught. A one-handed catch by Jaquan Wells down the right side. Caught at the 49. Just ran a 7-yard comeback route. Ball was thrown a little wide, but Wells stuck that big mid out there and was able to haul that in with one hand.
Great effort by Wells to hold on to it.
2nd and 4. Now Fuller will hand this off to Carpenter running around the left side. It's Johnson. He's at the 50, up to the 45, and then out of bounds at the 44. Enough for the first down. Runs out of bounds, so the clock will stop. Pickup of 6 maybe.
Waco's got a great drive going so far. Let's see what they can do with it.
The ball's now at the Harker Heights 44. Fuller hands this off to Johnson. He's met immediately in the backfield at the 45. Now pushed back, but forward progress will mark him down at the 45. And now we got a couple of big Waco High players talking to a really short dude from Harker Heights.
Getting a little chirpy.
It's like when you take your Rottweiler for a walk in the park and
and the Chihuahuas.
I didn't say it. 2:18 remaining here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 11. Now Fuller's going to throw out left side. That's caught at the 48, up to the 45, 40, and down at the 39. Pass was complete to Rashawn Smith. So 1:53 left here in the 4th quarter. Waco High not really going in any sort of hurry up. And with the game kind of out of hand at this point, or out of reach. Waco High just getting some practice reps in here. But Fuller looks to throw. Now he throws left side to McCoy. Ball's caught at the 33, and he's tackled, dropped there by the Harker Heights defensive back.
Great tackle by a defensive back. It was really just a one-on-one situation. He brought him down.
You know, and these are really plays that Harker Heights is content to give up, being up 3 possessions here late in the fourth quarter.
Got a timeout by Coach Kwame.
Following the conclusion of tonight's game, we will have our post-game show. You'll want to stick around for that. We will do our best to recap what's happened here in the second half. We will have scores from throughout the area. We'll have the first ever Brett Richstone player of the game. And Brett, I know we didn't really go over this ahead of time, but we don't pick players of the game from the other team. So
that's going to be difficult then.
No. Anyway, so just be thinking about that. You'll want to come back to hear that. We'll wrap this thing up. We'll preview, talk about Waco High's upcoming schedule. They travel to Shoemaker, to Killeen Shoemaker next Friday night. So all that to come in the post-game show. First and 10, balls at the 33. Fuller is going to throw down the left side. It's a short throw, underthrown. Harker Heights defensive back makes a diving interception. They say he did catch that ball down at the 12. The interception, Harker Heights intercepts the Jordan Fuller pass. And the Knights will now be able to kneel this thing out.
Another wobbly pass that stayed in the air for way too long. Waco's receiver never saw it. The cornerback was there to make the diving catch.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fuller got hit when he let that go or if he was facing pressure. But nevertheless, it is a turnover. So Waco High will move to 1-5 on the season, 0-4. No, 0-5, sorry, in district play. That's not right, 0-4. You know what, I don't really know. You can check it online. It'll be in the Waco Trib tomorrow.
What I do know is the Harker Heights band is quite excited, getting the first win of the season.
So Harker Heights is going to hand this ball off right guard. They're not going to kneel it. He's going to get ahead for a gain of 6. Ball's now at the Harker Heights 20. That handoff was to Patrick Martis. For some reason, Waco High is calling a timeout here with 1:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. Coach Cavill may just be giving a few more minutes for the parking lot to clear out for us when we pack up and leave out of here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach.
And Waco High travels to Killeen Shoemaker next Friday night. They then play, I think it's Temple, Belton, and they still have that matchup coming up against the Killeen Kangaroos. It will not get any easier for Waco High the rest of this way. But a lot of positive signs here tonight, at least. Waco High with their highest offensive production since their season opener, 17 points here tonight. Seem to move the ball more efficiently.
Fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the handoff. Sorry, fumble on the snap and downed immediately down at the 21. So no gain for Harker Heights. A Waco High and a Harker Heights player were kind of mixing it up in the backfield after that. A Waco High player's helmet came off, and I don't think he appreciated it. So now the officials are conferring at the 25. We've already had one player ejected tonight. Don't think that'll be the case here, but
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 66. They're disqualified due to his action. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, referee thought otherwise.
I gotta make a note to stop saying stuff like that. when you say it, it's almost like it wills it into existence.
Almost.
Yeah. So number 66 for Waco High has been disqualified. And it's Joseph Kirley, sophomore offensive lineman. Harker Heights going to hand this off. He runs left guard up to the 41, 42-yard line. Tackled there, 45 seconds left on the game clock. In for Harker Heights at quarterback is Alex Munoz, senior. That handoff was to Jalen Kelrath, also a senior running back. Do you think I pronounced that name correctly, Brett?
I think you honored his family very well.
So the snap is back, handoff is to McElrath. Nothing in the middle. Now he bounces out to the right side, gets to the 50, and then there's a late hit on the Waco High sideline at the 48. Rodney Ratliff just letting out some frustration there. Yeah, he was at least a good 2 yards out of bounds before that hit came. So that'll be a personal foul on Waco High.
Defense, number 8, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Coach not happy with this player.
Yeah. Kwame Cavill motioning for Rodney Ratliff to come over to the sideline. And they're standing about 3 inches apart. I'm sure Coach Cavill imparting some wisdom to Ratliff. Handoff is to McElrath. He runs left side. Gain of 3.
That should be it.
And that will be our final play of tonight's game. Waco High falls on homecoming to Harker Heights 36-17. We'll be right back for the post-game show. You're listening to Waco High football on 101.3 FM.